Well, hello and welcome to Fasquatch Games. This is Fasquatch, and man, have we got a good one for you, King of the Hill. Let me tell you, it is all about the King of the Hill on this one. So, basically, we've got the same faction, so we're going to have some fog of war, we're going to have some air attack, we're going to have some ground attack, we're going to have a little bit of everything in this one. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to speed it up, and we'll get to the good stuff. I'll be back, and we'll talk about exactly what we did and how we won. Enjoy, and don't forget to like and subscribe after the video.
Comes higher and then you'll sit there and yourself looking mighty fine.
Okay, this is where it really gets interesting. So I positioned my guys at the top of the hill here on the mountain. You can see Red's got their base not very far away. This is the entrance here that Red has to come up on the hill. I am eventually going to stretch my base out a little bit to right about in here. My partner, Real, has got his army getting built up here. You can see Red is trying to come over and attack Purple, also coming through the middle. It doesn't realize that I'm there, and can't help Gold attack Purple again. It was kind of funny, actually, because he definitely was sending his armadillos to go help attack Purple, or maybe try to move up and attack me from the top. So you can see how important it is to take the high ground. So let's take a look here and see what we got going on up here. So you can see there, right there. Here we go. So red was definitely trying to come up and help gold or yellow. You can see the smoke, the fog is backing up a little bit, and not sure about what to do. I continue to build guys and send them up to the top of the mountain. Here comes yellow again. Okay, so he's hiding. I'm sending my grenadiers just to kind of chase him out a little bit more, to give my ally a little bit more time. Got some more guys coming up here to help hold the top of the hill here. This map's called King of the Hill. Guess who's King of the Hill? That's right. Alright. It's important to be King of the Hill, actually. You'll see why. But, so Real's got a good amount of units here. And he'll be moving in just a moment. Red's just kind of hanging out. I'm not sure if Red knows what to do. I really believe, like, at that point when those armadillos came up, Real and I were like, Red probably doesn't know exactly what to do now, because I don't think he realized that I was up the top here. But now Yellow's coming down to scout it a little bit, and they probably know they need to do something about the middle. And so you can see the smoke. I think they're going to come down here in a second. They definitely come down a couple times, so we'll see. I'm going to move my grenadiers to this point and just kind of hold the entrances the best I can. Real's coming down, purple's coming down here, and this is where it starts to get really interesting. So here comes yellow. He wants to take out whatever's happening in the middle. They're not sure, because obviously they don't know what's going on here, how many forces we really have in the middle. I put on a good show, so they think we've got quite a few. Obviously now they're getting hit from all sides, so they go to hide under their fog. He doesn't have any anti-air with him, which I don't understand that, but okay. You think he'd have a couple porcupines or something? So at this point, Yellow knows that Purple and myself are down in the middle, and they've got to do something. So this is where it starts to really get interesting, because he thinks Purple is coming down into the middle, and I'm down in the middle, and so now they're trying to figure out, okay, what do they do next? So what Real does is he comes up here and just goes through this entrance here and starts attacking. And this is kind of where we start to sell the idea of purple and green, both of us being in the middle and just building up our forces in the middle. We obviously know that we want to hold the middle. I'm keeping red at bay here, and he's not doing a whole lot at the moment. But you'll see here, they start to transition a little bit to air and try to see if they can use their jets. And I've expanded my base out to here just to give a little less room between the two of us, just in case Red decides to, throw everything he's got down here, because most of my guys are up on the hill. Here he comes. Red's going to try to take out my choppers, my dragonfly. You can tell that's what they're worried about. So at this point, Real's just trying to get him to bite the bait. He's going to take out quite a few of his guys, but then Real's going to retreat here in a second. And retreat to the middle, basically. So yellow's going to think, okay, purple's in the middle with green. But really, he goes back to his base. Real goes back to his base and actually builds up his forces again. So as you can see, there's not a whole lot going on here. But now we've got both of them focused on the middle, right? So it's no longer like trying to rush our base or attack our bases. It's more what's happening in the middle. Obviously, you can see there wasn't a whole lot in the middle. We're not building our bases out in the middle, but we've positioned and done enough of an attack from the middle that they think that we're actually, expanding or holding the middle. And we're doing it pretty well, but you can see this is a strategy where you got to get them to redirect where they're sending their forces and where they're planning their attack. So it's kind of a mind game. But you can see that we're playing a little bit of a mind game with them. So obviously we saw that yellow had jets. So we're getting our anti-air up. I pop up some anti-air as well. Make some more porcupines too that I'm sending up to the top of the hill. And yeah, a lot of this is just a waiting game, right? You're just waiting to see what they do next, because when you're holding it, you don't want to be rushing in or attacking. You want to slowly let them make the decision and draw them out and see who decides to come out first. Will it be yellow or will it be red? Obviously, yellow's flying over my base to see if he can blow up some buildings. I thought he would have directed that towards the middle where my guys are, but nope. He decided to fly over my base and lose his planes. And I think he does a few more planes and then decides to go back to the ground and pound. But we'll see. So you can see Real here's got his forces back up and going, and this is where it'll start to wrap up the game, because the second time we do this, our goal is to pull one of these two completely into the middle and pull all their forces, whatever they got, into the middle. Let's see, I've got some more guys coming up here. Real's almost ready to move his guys to the middle. Red's testing this out. You can see he was thinking about it. And that's why I put this like I did, and why I have the defense set up here, just in case he decided to do that. I guess he changed his mind once he saw all the defense. I decide to eventually I move some of my mammoth over here and start to fire into this location right here. Like I said, it's a waiting game, right? I hope you're enjoying this video so far. So yellow is trying to take out some of these guys that Real has, some of the units. Like I said, they go to air, but I'm not sure why they didn't fully commit to air, because they kind of just partially commit to air, and then they kind of decide to go back to ground. But then by that time they've kind of split up, their forces from air to ground, and then it seems like they can't make up their mind. So the big deal here is that we knew what we wanted to do, and we stuck with it. So when you're playing, it does help to, if you make a decision to go a certain direction, stick with that decision, right? So you can see I have my mammoth here. And I'm just going to, I believe I force fire. Oh, this guy force fires over here. So I know he's got some, oh, there we go. I know I can reach that right there, and I know he's got some porcupines, some other guys right here. Trying to draw them out. Kind of like you would when you're playing an AI battle. See if I can draw some of his guys out. And this is where it all starts. So I start drawing out red. Real comes down to the middle. What that does is that triggers and sends a message to yellow and red that, oh no, they're coming, here they come. They're going to start coming for the base. So what does yellow do? Yellow sends in his porcupines because they're trying to take out my dragonfly. They're still focused on my dragonflies. So here, yellow's here with his porcupines. Real's coming down, and he's going to make it look like he's coming down, and we're both going to rush red. So here's where we sell them on the rush on red. Purple comes down. Red's already seen because red's flown over with jets. Yellow knows purple's down here too, right? Because his porcupines, you can see a bunch of purple tanks. It's like, crap. He's rushing you. He's rushing you. He sends in his jets. Loses his jets. I position right up here, just in case red comes up. And then this is where it happens. So Real moves his forces down to this side of the hill, right in between yellow and red, which they haven't done any building or any defense up here, which is, on this map, you definitely want to do something, like have some guys up here so you can see what's going on. But he comes down just enough so it pops up so red can see him, and then moves up this way. While that's happening, guess what? Yellow has taken a big bite of our bait and fallen for the trap. I have just enough guys down here to give him a nice little battle. While that's happening, and he's got all his tanks and everything he's brought down here, guess what? Real went up into the backside, the back area of Yellow's base. He's got like one tank up here now. The whole time they thought, we're going to hit red, but we're not hitting red. And guess what? I blew up. Eventually I blew up the chameleon. There we go. He's got two chameleons. I take those out first. And then I just start picking off his tanks while he goes up to purple. Because now he's like, one last ditch effort to try to hurt purple while purple's taking out his base, right? But there's nothing he can do. So that's a great strategy, right? You get them, pull them into the middle, make them think you're hole in the middle, you got all your guys in the middle, and when they come down, one of them's going to commit all their forces, right? And in this case, it was yellow. So yellow sent everybody down, and unfortunately for yellow, it didn't work out. I'm still sending guys up here just to hold this area, so just in case red decides to send his units through the middle to try to help yellow. But at this point, yellow is going to take out some buildings. I think he actually gets the headquarters too. But there's no anti-air, so my dragonfly just keep on picking them off. And then Real's got a couple tanks to send over too. So Real does lose his HQ, but that's small potatoes when you've taken out the other guy's base anyway. So now we're coming down to red, and we're just sending guys over. I'm sending some more guys over to the top and the middle, and Real's just going to come directly down to the top of red's base. At this point, we've got nobody over here. We do send some units over to yellow's area just to make sure he's not trying to rebuild. And I just start taking out power. And that is that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it made sense. Maybe you learned something. Hopefully it helps you in the next 2 versus 2. Obviously, we were fighting the same faction, so but this could work even with Confed. So if you're fighting against Confed, you could do the same thing on this map, or any map that has like a mountain in the middle. So yeah, I hope it gave you some ideas. Just remember, it's not always about like rushing the base or, you know, muscling it. A lot of times you can set yourself up on the top of the mountain, or use the map, use the forests, use the landscape to help you leverage your position and, you know, squeeze them like a lemon. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this. I hope it helps you become King of the Hill. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.